Hey everybody, I'm Kelly Ellers,
I'm Jeffrey Lunnan.
and this is Volume Up by the Teas. So it's our first episode of 2026.
And of season five,
I
which
know.
we
What
we said it was coming, but here it is,
Here it
and it
is.
doesn't feel any less strange. I'm told we've got more than 200 and some change episodes in the can. Well, I don't like that I just said in the
I
can.
don't
Sorry,
either.
I
I
don't.
don't. I
That
was
doesn't
like,
feel right.
oh,
No,
you know
yeah.
what I think about though when you say that is
What? Where are you going with this one?
Oscar the Grouch in a can,
Yes, great,
like in
much
a
better,
can. Yeah.
much
So
better. Yeah,
yeah,
so.
it just like popped Oscar.
We're just dumping them in there with him. It feels crazy. Like when you think about it, how many times?
5 years.
Five whole years of getting on this and chatting with
Good
people.
for us.
Good for us and good for other people. It's been a blast. And particularly
Yeah.
last season, we had some heavy hitters,
Yeah,
especially towards
we
the
did.
end. Got some viral moments with some guests, which is exciting. And we expect many more such moments in this
Me
season.
too.
So just stay tuned, right?
Expect
Uh,
nothing less from
nope.
you. Do
Nope.
you ever get sick? Do you ever like hear my name
No, it's not
in
you. I
your
don't get sick of
dreams?
no. I don't get sick of your stuff. I get sick of mine. Like that's and I
Oh,
think that that's
no.
the
Yeah,
so
that's
it's never
the like
like
the
yeah. Yeah, it's never like, "Oh, I'm sick to death of if I have to hear Kelly Eller say." And I'm Kelly like it's not it's just me.
I'm sick of death. Sick to
Sick of
death.
this guy.
Look at that guy. But that guy's sticking around, so I
It's
don't know
true,
what.
but I mean,
Yeah.
don't you do you not feel similarly? You're I mean,
Um,
you're more comfortable, I feel like you're like a fish to water with this format.
I feel like I like how I sound now
Sure.
live, but then when
Sure.
I'm recorded, I'm like, eh.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
But
that's
we're just rolling with it. There's nothing we're gonna
yeah,
do about it.
no.
So
I will say, I mean, speaking of being five seasons deep and 200 plus episodes, those early episodes,
I think we should delete them.
I think we should too. I would not encourage you to go back and listen to those because that's
Absolutely
not our
not.
finest work.
No.
Talking about hating our voice, like hate that. But yeah,
And it
I've
was
come around to it.
COVID. Remember?
Yeah.
It was like,
Oh,
oh
it was
God.
tough. It was tough. People were like, "What are
It's
we
not
doing? Why?
yeah. We're
Oh,
just
hi. Turn your camera on, please," kind of thing. And what a different world we're in now.
it is. Thank goodness.
Thank goodness. Well, one of the big things that we're changing up for this year, in addition to format, which you all will hear about. So format-wise, we're changing things up for this season, which I hope you all will bear with us. And if you don't like it, let us know. Hopefully you will, and you'll like that and tell us as much. But anyway, one of the big things is new quick takes. We ask these of all of our guests every single. You and I do this. And we
Mm.
get sometimes some surprise answers. But it's important to change it up because otherwise it gets a little bit stale. So we have changed it up. And you and I are
Okay.
going to we're going to
Mm.
ask them and answer them together. So I'm
Okay.
going to ask you and then I'll answer. Um, if you could instantly master one skill, what would it be? Hair related or not?
Oh gosh. I feel like these need some thinking. This isn't gonna be
No, but
quick.
this, well, I mean that one's a toughie for the first one, but I mean, is there not anything that comes to mind sort of immediately? Because that's really what we're going for, right? For me, it's cooking. I
Oh.
get fully, I'm like the
Oh.
meme of like the algebra,
Really?
like it just does not, like it's
No
so
way.
overwhelming, even with like the
Uh-huh.
recipes, and obviously I subscribe to everybody does
All of
the
them.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, huh? So like you get the stuff and then like, yeah. So anyway, I would like to be able to like do it.
Okay, I've got one. I was talking with someone about this, and I don't run. I can't run. Like if
Mm.
somebody were chasing me, I'd be like, "Here you go."
It's me. I mean, that's an
I
important, no.
yeah.
In
It's
all
so
serious, that's,
I
yeah.
just I don't I want to experience like a runner's high. Like I want to go for a little
You know,
run
the
and
way that,
then
hmm
mhm.
the way that you are, they always sell it, don't they? They're like, the
Yes.
endorphins are red, in the,
I never had
Mm,
anything kick in.
never, just exhaustion.
I tried to train for a half marathon when I lived in Arizona, and
Mhm.
I would train along like those dusty canals, like kind of scary to be honest. Like, and I think about what if I fall in this canal? Because you can't really get out of them. Anyway,
Mm.
so I digress. I digress. And I got like halfway through, and I was like crushing it, and I'm like, no, I'm done. I quit.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
So anyway, there you go, running.
I mean, so my brother, he was like a cross country runner and did
Oh,
like long distance stuff. And same thing, he would always talk about like, oh, but
mm-hmm.
hi, that, and I'm like, I don't relate. So yeah, that's a good
No.
one. See, and
Okay.
you were worried you didn't have one.
Yeah.
What is your current go-to song or album?
Oh, I've been throwing it back to like old school John Mayer.
Oh,
Yeah, and it was so
okay.
weird. I think maybe because I was on an airplane and I was like, let's just give a look of what I used to download. And I know
Yeah.
you purchase music,
No, I
so
know.
you're a little more
We've talked about
serious than
this.
me. I've been listening to that. Some of his just like live stuff. I don't know.
I mean, he's a vibe.
He's a
I feel
total
like
vibe.
I think he's having a bit of a resurgence. Did you
Yeah.
hear about he and McGee purchased that film studio? I think that they
No.
bought, what did they buy? It's now called Chaplin Studios, but it was something else. Anyway, yeah, no, he's making moves.
He was the guy.
He was everywhere.
Like,
And we'll leave it
yeah.
at that. We
Yeah,
will.
well, we'll leave
We'll.
it at
My
that.
current go-to song is or album, not I think a surprise. It is Wicked for Good.
Oh, Lord, help
My
me.
children have a stranglehold on that anytime we're in a car.
Wow.
It's Wicked for
Oh.
Good. So yeah, it's not by choice. I'm certainly not obsessed, but it is my go-to, whether I like it or not.
Okay. All right.
Looking forward to some changes in this year, but
Yeah.
doesn't look like it's on the horizon for right
Oh
now.
God. Makes me sweat.
Me too. Me too. Especially the like sexy song. Anyway,
Oh.
we're not going to talk about it. What haircut or color trend are you secretly
Oh.
obsessed with right now? Do we have to be secretly obsessed? Just what are you obsessed?
Yeah.
What is a haircut or color trend that you're really into right now?
I think that the men, I was looking at some trending men cuts, and
Hmm.
one of them was like the French, like kind of like a wave. And I think
Hmm.
the boys and young men need to get rid of this thing in the front. Like it's
Mm.
gone. It's
Hmm.
gonna be one of those classic, like you look back
Oh,
and you're like,
for
oh, that
sure.
time stamped you
Hmm.
hard.
Hmm. Could not
So
agree more.
let's mix it up from a men's cut perspective. We don't need to just have two, like a
Mm.
buzz cut
Or
or
the
the thing.
alpaca,
Yeah.
the broccoli.
Like this kind of looks like my jacket.
Yeah. Your jacket is better than what a lot of young men are rocking
It
these days.
is.
It's
Yeah.
it's tragic. And then, they're always like with the hairline thing. Yeah, that's tough. Okay,
Yeah.
so for me, this is very recent. Over the weekend,
Oh,
we love her. Miley Cyrus
yeah. I
debuted
knew it.
blonder
Mhm.
bangs. And I'm obsessed. So we've said this, bangs and bobs, they seem to not be a trend, really. They
No.
are like a mainstay. But yeah, Miley, she teased this that she's going to be celebrating the 20th anniversary of Hannah Montana.
Oh,
And obviously the bangs, that's all
yeah.
she would reveal. So it's coming together, and I like that look for her. She's having like a total fucking glow up moment.
Yeah.
Continues to be, and I liked what she was doing with her hair last year in terms of
Mhm.
like the sort of calico and the micro bang. Like she's having a good time with hair, which I'm excited about. But I'm specifically excited about the blonde bangs for her.
Yes. Love
But
them
that's
too.
that's that's what I'm not so secretly obsessed with.
Okay.
If you could do a dream celebrity client's hair for a day, who would it be, and what would you do?
Well, I probably wouldn't do it well because I'm not a pro.
This is true. This is true.
But
But
what if
maybe,
you
okay.
did?
Yeah.
Okay, what about I say Dolly Parton?
Mm, that's a
I
good
mean,
one.
I could
I
tease
mean,
that
what an
hair up.
experience. You could. I mean, and she's got so many fucking wigs somewhere. Like, you could
Yeah, I
make
just pop it
pieces,
on. Like,
and
yeah.
that would be a fun one.
I actually would like to be in her presence.
Well, don't we
I
all?
mean,
No, no,
yeah.
that's
I
a good one.
mean,
You really, that is, yeah, Dolly,
okay.
Dolly. Yeah.
Hmm.
This is going to be hopefully received in the
Mm,
spirit that I'm sharing it.
okay. Share
Britney
away.
Spears. Britney Spears. We
Oh,
we
yeah.
need we need to address that hair. I don't know
We really
who.
do. It's
Yeah, yeah.
address her. I mean, help. Can
Well, no,
somebody
no, see, I
help
can't.
her?
I'm not gonna go
Okay,
there. We
okay,
can't.
okay,
Let's
okay,
be
okay,
careful.
okay. Be careful.
We free Britney.
Yeah.
We are excited about. Are we excited? We
Oh,
are wanting the best for Britney.
of course.
And I think that part of that is the hair.
Of
She
course.
did have some major hair moments in the past.
Yes.
We're talking 20 years ago, unfortunately. And our friend Chris McMillan had posted some photos of when he had done her hair for some
Yeah.
editorial. I would really like a pro to get in there, a top-notch pro, not just any old pro, and to address what we've got going on, some color and some
Yeah.
extensions. I think we
Just
need
shape it
to,
up a little. Like
yeah, yeah, yeah. So that would be a dream. Like I want better for her. So
as do I. Hmm.
yeah. All right, this is the last one, and then
Okay.
we're gonna get into this episode. What is a tiny thing that made you smile this week?
Okay. Well, I've started carrying these little stones with me. And they are
Sure.
supposed to like emit like to combat negative
Hmm.
energy, right?
Which I'm giving you, so you need
Yeah.
them. Yep, yep,
So
yep. Sorry.
there. I mean, if I had it
Yep,
in my
yep.
pocket, I'd just shine it
Hmm.
at you right now.
Yep,
But
yep,
anyway, I
yep.
left it in my office. Um, so I'm in a hotel room and I'm thinking, oh no, where'd it go? It was gone. I searched high and low. Okay.
Mhm.
I came back at night. Hudson lays down in his bed and he goes, what is this under my pillow? The cleaning
Look,
people
wow.
found it
Turn down
and
service.
put it underneath the pillow.
Look at
Is
that.
that not remarkable, to be honest?
Yeah, no, it is. Usually those
Because
things are gone.
gone. And then, like, wouldn't you just set it on the table? Like, why do you
Yeah.
think they put it under the pillow?
Is
Yeah.
it like a special looking stone? Like it's not
Yes.
just any, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. So they knew. They knew. That's good. That's good service. That is,
Oh, and we were in just like a whatever. Like
yeah.
we were at a
Yeah.
basketball camp for him. So it was like, ugh.
And they
I
knew.
know. And I just
That's
thought, wow.
hmm, hmm,
Yeah.
hmm. Well,
Smile.
I'm glad. I'm glad you're smiling. This makes me think of, so I, in the break, went to Ojai and Santa Barbara. And in Ojai, there's some like woo-woo California shit
Love.
happening,
Yeah, yeah.
including what is referred to as the pink moment, which I did not know was a thing. It's when like a pink cast
Oh,
sunset
yeah.
happens across the
Yeah,
mountains,
yeah.
and they
Uh-huh.
all talk about it and they watch it and they call it the pink moment. And anyway,
Oh, I
this
like,
people
okay.
charge their stones, and that's what this is giving me. But I'm
You're
glad that you're
welcome.
smiling about it. Yeah.
Hmm.
What made me smile this week? Sending my kids back to school.
Oh, yeah. That was a good old bye.
Love you. Have fun.
Good luck.
But I think what made me smile, especially my youngest, was very excited to go
Oh, she
back.
was?
So
That's
she
sweet.
was like jazzed to see some of
Yeah.
her friends. And so like that was like a nice
Yeah.
little thing that made me
Little
smile.
bop out the door.
Oh no, not my youngest.
Oh, yeah.
Eeks.
We didn't send
Eeks.
that baby to school.
Whoops. My younger of the two functioning
You're now
children.
middle child who will
Yeah,
always be
yeah,
forgotten.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, the younger of the
Yeah.
two school-going children. That is what I meant. Thank you for that. At least she's not listening to this.
No.
All right.
Oh, that's
So
great.
those are the quick takes. Look, you're going to hear a
Okay.
lot of them.
Yeah,
Hopefully you like them. Again, if you don't, let us know about it. If you do, again, we want to hear about it.
I do.
Let's get into our celeb photos of the week.
Okay.
Follow along with these looks by going to the show notes where we've linked these exact images, which we have not seen yet, or our Instagram, which we're going to be posting them, of course. These are all from the Critics' Choice Awards, which happened just this
Like,
past weekend. Yeah.
yeah.
So, all right, let's do it. First up, we got Chase Infinity. Boom.
Yeah. Well, she's sitting next to Leo, who looks
Daddy,
great, by the
like
way.
sorry,
Zaddy.
sorry. Her dad in the film. I don't view Leo as a daddy
As
or
a
a
daddy.
zaddy. No, 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 he's gross.
Okay. Okay.
I said that. I'll
Yeah,
be okay with
he's been a few
he's
places, I
been
feel like. Yeah, like
around. Yeah,
it looks younger in this picture. It's
he
so maybe
does.
he really doesn't look as like haggard, but I mean that's part of the charm, right? You're like
It's award season,
the dude's
baby.
done it all.
Yeah,
He's done it all.
his groomer
Yeah.
did him right, but we're not talking about Leo.
No.
We're talking about Chase.
Chase.
Yep. All right. So what do we
Um,
got?
I love her look. I think it's
Mhm,
fantastic. She's
mhm,
obviously got tight cornrows pulled way back and is very dramatic neckline,
mhm.
kind of a half turtleneck on her dress, which I think it fits it just lovely because it almost looks like some rose within kind of like her chest area, and
Mhm.
the cornrows kind of pay tribute to that, I think. I think it fits really well. It's lovely.
I'm obsessed with this. So
Yeah.
I saw this link and I wanted to see if this was the team that I thought was responsible, and it is. So Corey Moreno did this.
Okay.
The hair is incredible. They
Mhm.
kill it. Chase looks so good. I think you're exactly right. The rose and then
Yeah.
also the pattern or the stitching on the dress, like the cut, the whole thing. So Corey refers to this as soft textured stitch rows.
Oh, I
Um,
like that.
which yeah, I mean like if you look closely,
They do look stitched. Yeah.
yes, and that softness, the baby like it's so good. So Corey killed it. Chase looks incredible. This is like a 9 or a 10 for me.
I wonder if Daddy liked it. Okay.
Oh,
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 Lord, help
yeah, yeah,
me.
yeah, 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 yeah. Help us all in the edit. Oh God. Okay, all right. I hope they're not dating. Next, we've
Okay.
got
Hmm.
Camilla Perezetto.
Sure. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I fear I don't know who she is.
I
Was
fear that as well.
she's well she won. No, sorry. No, she did. She did. She won Breakthrough
Oh.
Actress Award.
Oh, wow.
She's from Medellin, raised in Queens. Oh, so she won for Acapulco, which is now this is all making a little bit more sense. Okay, okay, all right. Anyway,
Okay.
so
All
now that
right.
we know who the heck she is, sorry to this lady. The hair. What do we got going on?
Well, she's not in the screen anymore on
Oh,
mine. Hold
oh, okay.
on.
Well, I can say
Okay.
she's got a slick back with a sculptural bun. I mean, it's very much like a sculptural
Yeah.
updo. This has, I think, been done a little bit. It's pretty. It's,
She's stunning.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
she's stunning. It's a
Yes.
pretty look.
Yeah.
It just, I think this has been done to death by that family, which will not be named
Oh,
by this guy in
yes.
the new year.
Hmm.
So it's a little bit like, I think we've done this. So
Yeah.
maybe, but execution, like this is well done. So like a 6 or 7. Like it's a little bit
Did
for
you
me.
really say 6'7"? You did.
Oh no. Damn.
That's how
Sorry.
I know you don't have
No, I
any
don't have
sense
boys.
of boys.
Yep.
That I
Yep.
was like,
No,
oh, he
no.
did it. He walked
Sorry.
right into it.
Sorry. I did.
Anyway,
I
okay,
did.
six,
Yep.
seven. I'm the same. I mean, I think it goes with her look. I mean, she's
Yes.
very tiny and soft and
Hmm.
sort of the dress is really tight and beautiful. And so, it makes a statement pulling it back, certainly.
For sure. For sure. I do like it. I feel like we've seen that
It's been
before.
done. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not totally unique,
Yeah.
right?
Nope. All right. Well, speaking of, damn, I clicked into it. Audrey Nuna of K-pop Demon Hunters. This is exciting. So now we're
Yeah.
back, I think. So how would you even take this on?
Well, I think it's fantastic, first of
Yes,
all.
yes,
Like, you
yes.
have to check the pictures in our show notes or on our IG. Um, Her hair specifically is pulled back. And what would you call those?
I mean, it's not space buns. It's like,
Knots, sort of.
yeah, no,
No,
knotted. Yeah, it's
knotted.
definitely, yep.
And it's kind of asymmetrical. Imagine
Hmm.
she's got a couple knots on one side, one sort of higher up on the right side
Hmm.
with some nice pieces coming out. And I think it's a work of art. I think it's
It's so
absolutely
good.
fantastic.
It's
I
yeah.
mean, whew,
Yep. I mean, so just to the comment that we just were making in terms of like a sculptural updo, like this
yeah,
is
this
that.
is,
Like
yeah.
this is not doing something that everybody's done before.
Mhm.
It's so much more interesting. And then also like really complimentary to her insane ass look,
Which
which
is
like
awesome.
you'll have to go and see what we're talking about. But like there's a lot of geometric shapes that are happening. And then yeah,
Could be
some
sort of akin to like Mickey Mouse ears, but
it
for
is
vertical
it is. I wanted to
in a
avoid
dress.
saying such because I know that people feel strongly about me being a Disney adult, which I
Yeah,
won't claim for
same.
myself. But I do see just a little bit of hidden Mickey. 100%. But it's, I mean, the hair is incredible. This is like a 10 for me.
Incredible.
I'm so
10,
stoked.
10.
Yep.
Yeah,
All
10,
right.
10.
Wow. Wow.
All
All right. Well,
right.
Critics' Choice. I like a sleeper hit. This is one, I mean, where people are like testing out. It's the first
Yeah.
one of the season. People are like feeling out what their looks are going to be. And I'm excited. If this is
Yeah.
a sort of harbinger of like the Golden Globes, then whatever.
Yeah.
This is we're in for a good one.
We are. Okay, today we're also in for a good one,
Mm.
Jeff. Today, I'm here with Jessica Wall-Innella, a multifaceted hair professional who serves as Aloxi's executive director, overseeing education, sales, and marketing globally. Her firsthand experience and renowned skills behind the chair laid the foundation for her unique approach on how to achieve success and unstoppable growth in the professional beauty industry. We get along. Her and I
Hmm.
get along. I might send her a stone.
I think you
Anyway,
should. I think you should. Let's really let's lean
double
into it.
down.
Yeah. Why not?
Okay. In addition, please make sure that you subscribe, rate, and review, and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok at Read the Tease, and send in questions to volume up at thetease.com.
But before we get to our interview, let's talk teas beauty news. So the first thing that we've got is I think that's important for
Yeah.
2026 is we're like establishing what this year is going to be. So the article is called Anna Peters on How to Be a Stylist Who Leads by Example. With 2025 finished and resolutions being lined up for 2026, Anna Peters, Samvia, our team member and owner of Retreat Color and Hair Design and Studio, offers guidance on some ways to develop professionally this year. Peter says, quote, being a hairdresser is more than just a job. At least it is if you want to be great at it. Those that seek more meaning, connection, and purpose in their everyday activities will become better at their craft and feel more fulfilled in general. End quote. Quote, elevating your craft is imperative, but so is lifting others up. Show up with intention and energy that fills the room and share everything you can with others. End quote. Head to thetease.com to learn more of her top tips. There's some good ones in here. Anything that resonates with you? Because I mean, this is, I think, leading by example does not specifically have to do with the salon, but a lot of what she said was relevant to the salon. But I wonder, is there anything else that you felt like
Yeah.
is
You
ringing true
know,
for you in the new year?
yeah, I mean, I guess not specifically for me, true for
Mm.
me, but I work with, I feel like so many young professionals and the whole thought of imposter syndrome, I actually like
Mm.
hate that word
Mm.
and that concept. Like, why did we need that? And her first tip is to choose to be in the rooms where you're the least experienced, not the most. We all forget that we all started off as the least experienced, even if
Mm.
now you are the most experienced in the room. So
Mm.
I love our community that we welcome in those to come to mentor. And I love that that was her first one out the gate. I
That was a
agree.
good one. Yeah, no,
Mhm.
this is, I think, especially as people are, like easing into the new year, this is a
Right.
good one to
Walk
to
in.
click in. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, up next, we have Andrew Smith's Cloud Dancer color collection. With all the buzz, lots of buzz around Pantone's 2026 color Cloud Dancer. I'm absolutely here for it, said award-winning hair colorist and Milkshake Global Artistic Ambassador Andrew Smith. He adds, quote, Pantone predictions aren't created for the hair industry, and that's perfectly fine. They speak directly to fashion, textiles, and interiors, but the cultural conversation they ignite is too good to ignore, which, I think is
Hmm.
a pretty bold move on Pantone back in the year to do this, because it was like, it's cool. I don't know. Anyway. Okay. Smith's Cloud Dancer showcases the versatility of Milkshake professional color and care, merging editorial artistry with salon practicality. And the collection was photographed by Richard Miles, one of the UK's most celebrated fashion and beauty photographers. Quote, Cloud Dancer isn't just white. They are endless interpretations, stark white, creamy white, buttery white, pearly white. Each evokes a different emotion. For me, white symbolizes peace, tranquility, and new beginnings. It's calming, soothing, and dreamy, says Smith.
Hmm.
Jeff, I know that you were not a fan of selecting said white. What color
No,
would you have picked?
literally anything. I don't
Hmm.
know, like a green, a blue. I feel like I'm partial to those. I that said, I really like this collection.
I know, it's
So
fantastic.
it's really, really stunning. Would strongly encourage people to go to the site to check out these images. They're also on our social, but you can see more of them if you go to the site.
Yeah.
I think he nailed it in terms of what he said for, the
Different kinds of white.
variance
Yeah,
exactly.
right,
And then
right.
like I also think, I mean, he said because you just quoted him, that the color for him is calming, soothing, and dreamy. And I feel like
Yeah.
that's what these images are. Like the
Yes.
cuts and like I really get that vibe from them. I just this one again, I will hate on the concept. I think Pantone stepped in it, but I do really like the way that they've interpreted like this collection in particular. So there's that.
Same.
That's a win, right?
Win, smile, win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much to our contributors and our editors for this week's beauty news. And don't forget to check out more stories like these on thetease.com. So let's go offsite for a minute, if we could, and we'll talk about some top stories. I think specific to the Critics' Choice Awards, but we can't ignore them. So
All right.
I think let's just get it out there. Jacob Elordi, he won Best Supporting Actor at the Critics' Choice Awards, but he also debuted a full stash.
Mm,
It's here. It's
it's here.
yeah. People are
It's
talking
there.
about it. It's the chitter chatter of the internet. I mean, he's like, everybody's boyfriend. So, what are your thoughts on this? I feel like it's a because he's been doing this sort of like dirt stash, the like hint
Ugh.
of one for a
Yeah.
minute. He does that like, he rides that line. But we're not as like it is here. It's here. So, what's your take? Do you like it?
I like it on him. I like
Yeah.
it a lot. I do not like the sort of dirt stashes or like the little pieces where you're
Yeah.
like, can you actually grow one? Because if
Yeah.
you can't, don't
Don't.
commit to it. Like you've got to go in. This isn't, and you know who has that? Chalamet.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I
But
think that that's a situation if he probably can't, he can't really probably grow because that I think that's been alleged. Like it can't really
but
go
then why do you
much.
want a sparse one?
Well,
Like seriously.
that's a great question. Pride didn't want to use a piece instead. I don't, it's tough.
It's tough.
You're not
Yeah.
wrong. I think what's interesting about this is like it is a departure from what has been trending in
Yeah.
men's facial
Yes.
hair and grooming. Because we've been seeing the sort of mustache with the like short beard, but this is like a real resurgence of the 80s stash. Like there's no getting
Yeah, it
around it.
is.
He's also Australian. Like I think that the Aussies embrace this in a way that is less ironic
Hmm.
than in the
Okay.
States. I don't know. There's
Yeah.
something. So it reads
I
to
like
me
it.
very Australian. It is good. It's good. It's good. Maybe we'll see more stashes, like standalone stashes, on the awards red carpet. What do you think?
Will you ever?
I don't think I've got the jawline for it. I've dabbled.
Oh.
I've dabbled in the trend of like the shorter beard and
Mm,
but I don't you really got to have and
yeah,
I'm not
chisel.
mewing
Okay.
enough or whatever those dumb fucking, you know what I mean?
Gua shine. Yeah, you're
Well,
not.
I'm no, I'm certainly not gua showing enough. But they do that like jaw training, Anyway,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not
Mm-mm.
I don't think I could pull it off.
You could also just kind of have it enhanced, like square it off
Well,
too.
this is yeah, I'm not above that, and maybe we'll do that in the future. But yeah, no, it's not on the cards for me. But I do like it for
Okay.
him.
Okay.
But I'm
Same,
curious.
same.
Do you think that other celebs,
Yes,
guys, will embrace it? You think so?
I
That
do.
he's
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, the
Because
attention that he's getting alone from
right.
this.
And I feel like there's such a resurgence in a bit of country music, and there's a
Mm,
lot of really strong, like Riley Green, all these people who have that same sort of
mm,
manly stash.
mm.
So I see it
Mm.
there. I don't
Hmm.
know.
Okay. All right. Well, time will tell. There's also, I mean, it's the new year. So there are so many predictions that are out there specific to hair color trends and barbering and this, that, and the other. And I wanted to just say that we're in on that too. We've got some big news. I think maybe if you are following us on social and on the .com, you saw that printed volume two has just come out. Kelly's, of course, the cover star in a Sex and the City inspired spread, which is incredible. Uh, but I want to talk about a feature in there, which is hair color predictions for
Yeah.
2026, because we're seeing them online, and they're I think a little bit boring, just
Hmm.
to say it. Like it's a little bit
Yeah.
expected. And we don't have that. So we in printed volume two, which is available at thetease.com right now, and you can enter your info and have a physical copy sent to you, is 2026 hair color trends from Paula Peralta. She's the artistic director for Paul Mitchell Pro, which is a big
Yeah.
deal.
Uh-huh.
And she weighs in on what she is seeing to come in the new year. So the first thing that she is seeing is eco-friendly hues. So she's talking about how sustainability is leading the charge and techniques will focus on low maintenance, natural looks that
Mm.
require fewer foils and less frequent touch-ups. This is, I think, in alignment with what we knew to be the case.
Yeah.
But then she says that there's really some other big things coming. So, chromatic pastels, she's
Love.
expecting to be big, which I am similarly very hot
Yes.
on. So, she's saying
Yes.
pastel colors evolve into vibrant chromatic shades, blending soft hues
Hmm.
with bold neon influences.
Oh, okay.
Dimensional pastels will give hair a playful yet sophisticated edge. She talks about digital influence colors, so things that are like totally outside of nature. So she's seeing on one side of the spectrum, that there's going to be low maintenance, low effort, and then really the polar end, which is the digital influenced,
Yeah.
inspired by digital art and gaming, hair colors that
Hmm.
mimic pixelated gradients and vibrant screen-like hues. Just really
I love
interesting
that.
stuff. Yep.
Yeah.
And then what else does she say? Customizable color palettes. So she's seeing that personalization is going to take center stage.
Okay.
We're going to see names like earthy walnut, golden
Mm.
sand,
Ooh.
mossy chestnut, a deep
Oh.
earthy shade with a hint of green, velvet mahogany, a timeless red
Oh.
rich brown. Yeah. So, and what I think is really exciting about this feature in particular is that she gives you formulations and product recommendations specific to Paul Mitchell. Obviously, this makes sense given her
Yeah.
role. But yeah, check that feature out. I'm really, really excited about it, as I am the entirety of Printed. So let's do a quick rundown, Kelly. How the hell was your experience of being the
Well,
cover
honestly,
star?
it
Because
was
we danced
fantastic.
around it.
We danced.
Hmm.
It was honestly fantastic. I want to say probably one of the best days of my life.
Hmm.
Because, I grew up watching, well, after college, watching Carrie Bradshaw, and I think that there's such a resurgence of like tactile media. And that's really why we wanted printed to be printed, if you will. But it
Hmm.
was just dreamy. I mean, I just makeup artist. I had at least 30 pounds of extensions in my hair. It was lovely. So a great experience. Thank you.
I mean, I'm so excited. I hope everybody gets in on this. Kelly, three very different looks, all
Very.
inspired by Sarah Jessica Parker as Carrie Bradshaw. Some iconic things, but I mean, Kelly's a brunette, so that's the, I think, important difference. But
Yeah.
we're not used to seeing you in this light.
No.
And this light is a good one. So
It's
there's
very
that.
editorial as it should be, but some
Yeah.
people were like, "Who is that?" And I was like, "It me, it
It
me,
me.
it me."
I think the hallmark of a solid editorial. All right, look, again, we're going to talk about printed a bunch, I think, in
Yeah.
the coming weeks. But yeah, please go check it out. We're really excited about it. And yeah.
Yes. All right, let's get to it. Next, stay tuned for my interview with Jessica. Jessica Wall-Innella is a multifaceted hair professional who serves as Aloxi's executive director, overseeing education, sales, and marketing globally. In this role, she seamlessly merges her extensive background in hairdressing with strategic business expertise. Her firsthand experience and renowned skills behind the chair has laid the foundation for a unique approach on how to achieve success and unstoppable growth in the professional beauty industry. When she's not in the salon or with Aloxi, she can be found coaching the industry's next generation of leaders one on one or openly on Instagram at Jessica the Beauty Series, where she shares her insights on a vast array of business building topics such as managing efficiently and developing an effective salon team, as well as technical topics, including basic and advanced color and cutting theories. All right, I'm so excited to have Jessica Wall-Innella on our podcast today. We have a lot to get into. We had the pleasure of meeting and seeing each other just recently at the PBA Exec Summit, which I thought was great.
We had a great time. So many old friends connecting,
Yeah.
so many new friends created, and just people watching. I love the people watching aspect too.
Isn't it interesting how the years pass by and you're like, wow, how long have we known each other? I was saying that to, some people in your group, and it's just such a beautiful industry. And we're going to get into how you've contributed to the industry.
Sure. I'm excited.
Let's start, rewind. How did you become interested in the salon professional industry originally?
Okay, so we don't have to say how many years ago that
No,
was,
no,
but
no.
we'll call it the dark ages. So I was in college and I'd always kind of been around it. My aunt's a hairdresser, but not a
Okay.
very successful one. And sorry, aunt, if you're listening right now, but I
Oh.
watched that and I was like, she's struggling. And now as
Hmm.
an older hairdresser, I understand why she was struggling because I can look
Okay.
back at it. So I'm in college. I need like benefits. So I go work for Supercuts. I can say that, right? Supercuts. So
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
working at Supercuts. I'm a receptionist. I love it. I'm, working actually 3 jobs, going to school.
Wow.
And they're like, wow, okay, she's got a brain and she's kind of creative and the customers really like her. What do you think about like really being in hair school and, being a managing a salon? And I'm like, all
Hmm.
right. So, I told my grandma and she's like, girls like you don't go to hair school. You're going to struggle.
Oh, right.
Right? We hear this, right? And I
Oh,
was a
we hear
great
it.
student. So I understood where she was coming from. I'm like, but I have benefits and all these things they're offering me, salary, trips around the world, like all these things through
Yeah.
corporate, chain corporate. And I was like, all right, I'm going to do this. So I did it. I left my last
Wow.
year of college and I did it.
Wow.
At 21 years old, I was an area supervisor for Supercuts, which I look back now and go, oops,
Wow.
that's a good idea. But I had the energy and wasn't perfect. And it went from there. It started with chain management. I loved working
Okay.
with people. I worked on my technical, and then I went to a couple of color manufacturers, and then I took a hiatus for the
Okay.
mom factor and opened up
Okay.
a
Love
couple of
that.
salons. And now I sit here at Aloxi.
Yeah. Tell us about what you do at Aloxi specifically.
I mean, some people ask what I don't do. I don't do the warehouse.
Okay.
So I'm going to put that
Okay.
out. I do not, I can't tell you how many things stack on a pallet, but I lead the most awesome team that
Hmm.
we're all like each other's ride or dies.
I love
And
that.
That's what it's about. And my whole mantra with that we do at Aloxi, I mean, yes, I do education. Yes, I had that department. Yes, I'm marketing and I had that department and I have wonderful team members there. And sales. Yes, I am the salesperson too as well, and a liaison between all of those departments and
Okay, that's a lot.
operations.
Hmm.
Yes, but it's awesome. I love it. I wake up every day going, how is this really my life right now?
Oh,
And that team is just unbelievable. We understand each other, we respect each other. We're like a loud Italian family because we talk loud and then we work it all out and through, but they are just committed as much
yeah,
as I am. And that to me is everything in the world. So that sums up
I
what I
love
do.
that.
I get on a
Yeah,
lot
I
of
love that.
planes. I fly a lot of places and talk to a lot of
Yeah.
people.
Yeah,
There you
I
go.
love it. Well, okay, it is what you don't do. And it sounds like you wear many, many hats, but the joy of your job is really pivotal and key, right? I mean, it's like life is too short to go to work or wake up in the morning and be like, here we go again. I actually told somebody the other day, I'm that weird kind of gal that loves a Monday.
Yeah,
Like I was
yeah,
like, let's go. Let's go.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
Monday. We got 5 days ahead of us.
It's sales reports day for me. So when it's a Monday and I get sales reports, I'm like, yes, how did we grow?
Yes.
What did we do? What did we
Yes.
accomplish? Who do I have to congratulate? Like that's everything to me. I
I
love it.
love that.
Or
Same.
we're doing education. One or the other. One of the two
Okay.
things that's happening.
All right. Okay. How was it to go from behind the chair into working on the manufacturing side? Talk us through that journey.
So, you know, it's hard because there's certain aspects that I miss. And I'm still behind the chair today. Like I have
Oh,
clients
okay.
Thursday and Friday tomorrow and Thursday and Friday this week. So it's hard because I like that life. I love being there for the clients and I can do it in small doses, but then my
Yeah.
brain starts going and it starts going like, what if we launch a hair color that does X, Y, and Z, right? Or like, what if we go to Costa Rica and we do a program there and have people come to this program and what would that look like and what would that be? So it was hard because I have that
Yeah.
brain that does that and loves to just take care of people. And then I
Hmm.
had to like go over there and be like serious and like run a board meeting. And like
Yeah.
it's very different to have those worlds, but I still get to do a little bit of it. So I think
Yeah.
that's what keeps me rooted down on that.
Yeah. It sounds like you have learnings behind the chair that you're then applying to Aloxi, right? How have there been specific learning moments? Because you mentioned a couple off the cuff, but specific learning moments that you're like, aha, I got this. I'm behind the chair. We must do this at Aloxi.
Yeah. I mean, so I still own a salon today. It's a rental based salon, but
Yeah.
previously in New York, I owned commission based salons.
Oh, wow.
And it is a whole other world. And I
Hmm.
know I've listened to you talk about the same type of topics before. Is in the renter world, they are graduating school, and all of a sudden, day one, you're a technical master,
Yeah.
right? Okay, marketing specialist,
Hmm.
understanding customer service. Oh, and how to run a business. What are taxes? Like all these
Yes.
different things. So, like, I moved from New York, I come down to Florida, and I see that this is a renter based state, and I'm like, what's happening? Like, how are you supposed to grow? There's no mentorship.
Right.
There's nothing. So, I opened up the salon and it became a team-based rental. And then I started to realize that
Oh,
Foxy, we catered a lot to those large commission salons.
okay.
That's what we did. And we did for years because that was the industry 20 years ago. So,
Sure.
we had different things that with larger deals and things like that. I'm like, all right, well, that's not how a renter thinks. A renter thinks a smaller, they're looking for a $99 intro kit. They're not going to spend
Yeah.
$900 to try a color. Like, so we started to change our thinking of how we
Hmm.
approach that hairdresser. And then we said business programs, not just business programs like, hey, you should charge this for your highlights, but really taking people through what that
Hmm.
looks like. Do you have a schedule? How do you make a schedule? What is the next step when you have that? How can that progression be for you?
Sure.
How do you then take that chair that you have and scale up by bringing someone under your wing and having them? Like, how does that look? What is your career trajectory? So we started weaving this into our education.
Okay. Great.
We all started to speak that language. Social media, not for everybody. No one's really, we used to go through classes 20 years ago. You got to kind of like figure it out as it became, and it's still evolving, right? Tomorrow,
Yeah,
I'm sure something else will come up. But we
for
started to
sure.
weave that in to our education so that they understood how to market themselves the right way to have respect from the clients or attract the right type of clientele. So those are the things that I plucked out and said, we need to, yes, incorporate what we've always done, but let's just speak these new languages, the people that are
Yeah.
renting, and let's talk to those people too.
Yeah, that is interesting because the education and the brand building, the business side, we all know classically nobody's getting taught that an ounce of that in beauty school, right? And so the thought of, you know, coming out with your ambition and having to be all those things is really probably where most fail, right? I mean, that's where our attrition is coming in our
Right,
industry.
right.
So, there's a lot of color brands out there that say they do education. Talk to me about why Aloxi's is different, like really different.
Sure. And I love that you asked this at the perfect day because I spoke to someone who's interested in joining our team today. And, I said, why Aloxi to her? She goes,
Yeah.
because you're real and you're relevant. And I was like,
Mm,
ah. And she's like, you're not talking at us and you're not giving us these techniques that are like, you're going to do these 8 different steps and you're
yeah.
going to charge $1,000. She's like, you get what we do every day behind the chair. You understand about great coverage and putting in highlights.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
relevant to what I can do tomorrow behind the chair. She goes, and I just want
Mm,
to be part of spreading that knowledge because there's a lot
mm,
of people out there showing it. And that's cool. I know people who do one client a day or 2 clients a day and they do these big projects, but the mass
yeah.
are paying their mortgage and their rents with base touch and a
Yeah.
couple of foils around there and those every 3 week clients that come in and haircut maintenances. And so we take that real hairdresser content that we want to provide and we give it a little bit of creativity on it and how to bring it out there. And we
Okay.
give them tools and different things that they can take back in that salon. So, that's what I think sets us apart is, you have a hairdresser who's leading it, not a marketing department.
Huh. Oh, yeah. And that's an interesting thought because you're right. Um, maybe you don't at this moment in your stage for your business need to learn a new technique
Mm-hmm.
or 3 or 8 new techniques every month or every year if you've kind of got this solid base hit reoccurring clientele. Yes, it's great to always push yourself, right? But if that's
Sure.
not completely applicable to your business, I can see why the type of education you're providing is.
Yep. And we've got it for everybody. If someone does want to inspire their creativity, wonderful. Come to one of our trends programs and we're going to
Hmm.
push those boundaries for
Yeah.
you. If you want to learn how to expand your business with some techniques on how to save time, we've got that for you. So we try to speak to all hairdressers about what's really relevant behind their chair
Okay.
today.
I like that. So you are often, I'm sure, amongst the next generation of pros. What inspires you to say, hold up, I've got to teach these things to you? Um, because obviously you have a lot of energy and are incredibly inspired. So where do you start with the new pros?
Oh, Kelly, when I see them and I can see where they're struggling, but I
Yeah.
need
Okay.
them to tell me that. Otherwise, they're not going to buy into the conversation we're going to have. So they'll be
Sure.
like, Jess, I really don't understand the differences between like a permanent, a demi, alkaline base, and aesthetic, and stuff like that. All right, great. So they need science. So I think of creative,
Mm,
fun ways to help them with science, which is something that is funny. The pendulum is swinging back on that in this industry. I think I was raised on that. And then there was like this whole time period where no one was talking about pH or
mm,
anything. And I'm like, how do you guys like not know that? But it just wasn't a thing. And now it's swinging back again. So we are incorporating science into our next round of training too as well. But if I need them to tell me, otherwise they don't buy into the information that I'm giving them.
yeah.
Just
Okay.
instruct
That's a good point.
me. And it usually they're not saying the exact words like, I really need to understand social media algorithms and how to work with them.
Yeah.
They're usually saying to me is, I'm not getting new clients in. And I said, so what did you do to make that happen this week? And they're like, well, and I'm like, okay, so let's go through. Did you post anything on social
Yeah.
media? No, I didn't really like it. So then I find that path. What is that
Okay.
path to work with them on? So that's kind of how I get it.
Just kind of breaking it down for them step by step versus going in full bore, right? With all of the topics.
Well, who wants to say I'm come to my marketing class? Well, gee, that seems
Yeah.
like a great time. Sign me up
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Right.
But how to become a 6-figure stylist in 6 months? That seems a little bit more exciting. I think we kind of overplay that in the industry a little bit, but there's other
Yeah.
ways to word that people are like, yeah, I kind of want to just do that. That sounds like a good idea. Troubleshoot, deep dive. Let me show you your books. Let's do it.
Yeah, love that. Okay, the large Italian, you're all a family at Aloxi, as you mentioned. For those that might not know the brand story, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure, I can. I'm hoping your listeners may or may not know, I'm not sure who Jerry Redding is. So, he is the founder. They might remember the company called Nexus. So,
Yes.
Aloxi was the professional side of Nexus. And
Okay.
so Nexus Consumer went one direction in 2010. And then this wonderful man named
Mm,
George Schaefer, and if the name's familiar because he is the founder of OPI Nail Polish, said, what do you do when you sell your nail polish company? Let's have another beauty brand. And he took on Aloxi International and we were formed. So
okay.
that's where it comes from. So, he had a lot of nail influence and, we've had lots of conversations about hair and nail business being a little bit different. And
Mm,
we've evolved into this company. We're not all Italian. I'm the Italian one.
okay.
Function like
Okay.
a big Italian family, that I will say.
Okay. So we kind of talked about all the things that you oversee and how those pillars work together. What do you think the magic is in that of you kind of touching all of these different parts? What value does that bring kind of comprehensively to the brand?
All right. So yes, I am the person touching all the parts, sure. But it's really, we work together as a team to make
Okay.
decisions amongst them and it's tied together.
Okay.
So I never make a decision just on education on my own, unless it's like a yes or no type of situation. We incorporate the education team into it, which
Okay.
flows into marketing. So my marketing director was at our photo shoot last week, which was with our artists. So it
Okay.
all came together. And then I'm there as the sales representation to go, well, that works for our sales, for what our agenda is for sales this year. So it all works together because I make sure there's transparency amongst our team. So everybody
Okay.
knows what the common objective is. So it's
Okay.
not like the marketing department is against the education department, which is against the sales department. No, we're all working together to make each department stronger.
Got it. We talked a little bit about the day-to-day needs of stylists and salon owners, but where do brands misunderstand what they actually need?
Because they don't really understand what it is they need because they never ask them, right? So
Mm-hmm.
what do they need on a day to day? They need things that are meant to make their life easier and stop making things harder. Don't make it
Yeah.
harder for your professional to order color. Don't make it harder to, you'll only order 18 tubes. Well, that doesn't work because that's not
Yeah.
the type of inventory she's keeping. Or,
Yep.
they miss what is happening today, and that rental has spread further into the New England and Northeast area too as well. So they missed that part of the time has changed.
Yeah.
Hairdresser needs have changed. It's not going in, on a Thursday and the salon is booked all over the place because most people are probably working by appointments. So you got to get a little creative in how you connect with them,
Okay.
text them. There's different ways to do business. And I think where they miss is not evolving and pivoting.
Yeah. Right. And it seems like Aloxi, you are asking those questions, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we align ourselves with everyone on our team that is in those roles are hairdressers and all
Yeah.
behind the chair today, straight up from me
Wow.
right down to our local educators. They work behind the chair, so they are relevant to what is happening. And then I have a pool of people that it's not just my opinion, it's the entire team because I've got people
Yeah.
all over the world. And what works in Croatia may not be what works here in Florida, which doesn't work in California, which is totally different in Wisconsin. So
Yeah.
we pull from each other and then we come up with the best decision that works for everyone.
Okay. So educational material, is there something that you do or like ask yourself every time you're creating new curriculum?
Okay.
What do you ask yourself? Like you're sitting down building a new program.
Okay. We're doing it right now with the science program. So I
Okay.
said, wow, it's been quite a few times that I've been, in front of a group of people and I've mentioned something that was very common to me. And I get like a couple hand up,
Uh,
hand up, hand up. And I'm like, all right. And so, I'll talk to a couple of members of the team. I'm like, hey, did you remember that? And blah, blah, blah. And they're like, no one's really talked about that in a while, but it's funny. I saw an Instagram post about it. And I'm
mm-hmm.
like, all right. So hence like our science program that's coming through and
Okay.
understanding what is in your tube of color because
Yeah.
most people can't tell you what's in the tube of color. So
Yeah.
that's when we come up with ideas is I'm out in the field, I'm listening to what people are
Mm-hmm.
saying. I'm a big scroller, right? People are like, well, you're on social media. I'm like, no, I'm scrolling and cheering people on, but I'm also looking to see what are those trends that are
Yeah.
happening? What are people looking at? What's getting a lot of feedback on it? What do I like? What is someone sending me? Because I get sent a million and one different things through my Instagram DMs all the time. Oh, you should look at this. This is interesting. And then I sit there and have thinking time and go, let's do this. Or what do you guys think about this? Or I think you're the
Yeah.
perfect person to head up this task. Do it. Because all of my artists are very, very different in what they specialize in. I've got one that's great with editorial. I have one that's great with technical preciseness, one that's
Okay.
amazing with great coverage. So when we do it, we partner together with the person that I know that is perfect for that task.
I love that. And I think it's important too that you are always scrolling, right? Because that's where, as you mentioned, that's where the information is being consumed. How do you feel about learning technical skills via social media?
Ah,
Yay, nay? Like, what's our format?
So I'm kind of on the fence with it because I
Okay.
see there are two different learners, well, there's three, but there's two learners that I'm going to speak to. One is the people that can visually see it and go, I can go back and I can create it. And then there's other
Yeah.
people who says, no, I need you next to me and we need to do it together. So
Hmm.
I think there's a place for it. But
Okay.
then I think we're swinging that pendulum back. People want to be in person. They want to be touched. They want me to come and look at their mannequin. They're so
Yeah.
excited when I come over and compliment them on their work. And we're getting that I want to touch you and be with you and look at your work and ask you questions in person. So it's a 50-50 split for me, Kelly.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. Because those learning styles really vary. And I love the fact that we're kind of like swinging back, as you mentioned, too, more in person. I mean, back to the top of our conversation about meeting at PBA, there's just something about our industry that we're tactile, right? And we want our energy amongst our people. It makes it better and
Yes,
more fun to learn.
yes. It just, that excitement comes from that when I can't so much on an Instagram live
Yeah.
carve a section, show you what it should look like and that saturation because I'd be like putting it in the
Yeah.
camera. Like
True.
that's not effective. Come with me. Feel that hair.
Yeah.
What should that tension be on that comb? That's important.
It is. Okay, now we're going to talk a little bit about big picture industry insights. We're going to share your knowledge. Okay, so stylists are feeling burnt out or stretched thin, especially kind of at the first of the year, end of the year, first of the year.
Yeah.
What structural changes do you think could help the industry function more sustainably?
Boundaries of scheduling. So I
Ah,
can't stress this enough. There used to be a time where we would walk into the salon, do our clients, lock the door, the answer,
yeah,
I know, here we go. People can now figure out my age. Put the answering machine on. And guess what? We would
yes,
check it the next day when we walked in.
fair.
Awesome. Great. So I had time to mentally turn it off,
Yes,
go home, do my home life, and then come back refreshed the next day. But that's not today. Number
right.
one, we're not setting hours for ourselves, right? It's like, I'll just put an appointment here Tuesday morning. I'm going to stick one there over 4 o'clock, and then I'm going to put another one Wednesday here and a late night here. And we're working these crazy schedules and trying to fit in life in between it.
Yeah,
May work for some people. Other people I'm watching getting totally stressed out. They're answering DMs at the middle of the night. Those that
yep,
are, now stepping into rental and owning their own business, they're their receptionists. They're booking. They have to then post on social media. So tell me the home life hours that I used to have, that's
yeah,
completely decreased if that's the mantra that you're going with.
yeah,
So the burnt out is one, get yourself on a regular schedule, have hours that you work, and those are the hours that you work. There's an exception, there's a wedding, there's something, of course, be accommodating, but put yourself in what that schedule is and keep to that. It is so
yeah.
important.
That's such a great point because I mean, with it, with most industries in any career, you're so connected now, right? And I feel like I was generationally lucky enough to not have that at the start of my career. And those of us that had that feel this way, and those that are the digital natives that they just grew up with a phone, like rolled over and grabbed their phone, it's just so second nature. So it's such a good reminder to set those boundaries. And if you're listening and you're not a pro, don't message your pro on Instagram at 10 at night, which I might actually be guilty of. So this is a good mental note here. Let's talk about habits or mindset. So what sets up a stylist for the most success and growth in their business?
They better love it. They
Yeah.
better walk in every day and they love it.
Okay.
If they think of it about as a paycheck, of course, there's a fiscal responsibility that has to happen. And I'm always about teaching how to make it financially worthwhile for you and not
Yeah.
just the job mentality. It should be a career mentality.
Okay.
So, and I speak to that because you approach it very differently. If it's just a side job, you're coming into work every day just to do that client and it's transactional. But if
Mhm.
you're building a career and that's the mindset you walk in that salon door with every day,
Hmm.
everything else falls in line. The money falls in line, the career path falls in line, the clientele falls in line. And it's just changing that mindset of this is what I'm doing for my career because I love this industry and this is what I want to do every day, except for my days
Yeah.
off.
And except when you put the answering machine on.
Right, exactly. Or the no activity on my DMs, of course. Yes.
Do you see patterns with salons or independent stylists that are striving versus ones that are struggling outside of the passion and commitment to the industry and their career? Like,
Striving.
what are their misses? I mean, is it mostly in business educate business? Like, what are the most
It's a big
common
one.
misses? Yeah.
It's a big one. Business education is definitely a big one for me. Continuing technical education is huge.
Okay.
Certain states we have require it. Certain states
Hmm.
require like book work. Certain states require, and I love when people are like, I can't, I would chose you for your CEU hours. I'm like, oh my God, thank you for choosing us for your
Yeah.
CEU hours. Like, I'm so excited that you wanted to continue your education with us because we're giving technical education today. That's a miss because if you're walking and you're saying I'm done learning, then you should probably retire
Yeah.
at this point,
Yeah.
right? Because I
Fair.
also go to classes today. I learn from everyone on my team, everyone when I go to shows. I walk around, I watch people. Like that's a miss. That's a big miss. Is
Yeah.
you never know it all. Whether it's the same technique, maybe someone approached that differently, and
Yeah.
and to definitely go in that direction.
Okay, you got it. Okay, now we're going to get into maybe more personal things with you. Not too personal, I promise.
Oh, it doesn't.
So I can tell that you have a very high level of energy, which I do as well. So we are matched.
Perfect. Perfect.
Even though you got on a real early flight this morning, that's impressive. What keeps you grounded? What keeps your
I
energy up?
I feed off other people. I only have people in my circle that give that same type of energy. If you're a
Okay,
negative Nelly, somehow, and God, people are
same.
probably listening, going, "That's why she hasn't called me back in
No,
so
same,
long."
same. Yeah.
Like you really have to be high energy because like I'm a lot and I know that. I have an amazing family support. My husband is a rock star. Like he's like, oh, just here she goes again. I'll be like, well,
Love.
hear me out, right? So he's like, all right, here we go. What are we opening today? What new business idea do you have today?
Uh-huh.
My kids are super awesome. They definitely, ground me. They'll be like, Mom, seriously?
Hmm.
Or they'll be
Hmm.
like, Mom, go get it. Like, and they're
Love.
great. They're great kids. Like my challenges with my kids are other people's dreams. And I know that. And, I'm going to brag about that for a second because
Do
they're
it.
awesome kids. But that's what grounds me is because I do all of these things and all these projects and work because I want them to have a great life. I want them to have a great
Yep.
example. And it's not just my own kids. I refer to everyone that's worked in my salon since they're kids and grown up with me. They fuel me. Watching their success
Hmm.
fuels me. And that to me brings it all back of the why I do it straight in
Yeah.
the middle. When I hear like one of them call me like, I work only 4 days a week and I'm making $150,000 a year. I'm like, hell
Hell
yes.
yeah. Yeah.
Hell yes, you do it.
You
Like,
did it.
keep it going. When are you doing 200,000? Like, let's
Yeah.
go. Like, let's just do it. Like, that's what brings me back is seeing the results. I just love watching it on
I
all
love that.
aspects.
That speaks to you as a person for sure. And
Thank
your
you.
vibe. Yeah.
Thank
Is there
you.
something that you believed early on in your career that you see differently now?
I definitely thought that it was easier that
Okay.
to build a clientele because
Mm.
some people I watched were like, made it look really easy. And then I realized I didn't grow up with social media. So, it was like the
Right.
handing out the business cards, it was putting the
Yeah.
flyers. So I was like, we're going to open a salon. This is another hear me out with my husband. We're going to open a salon. He's like, you're leaving your corporate job to open a salon. I was like, yeah, I want to be mom. And I was like, it's going to be fine. We're going to open up and we're going to be profitable immediately. Right. So that was like
Yeah.
early in my career. And then that reality set in and I was like, huh, all right. Yeah. People don't just
Hmm.
magically walk in the door and had to work at it. So that's definitely something that was from my own mistakes that I share with everyone of, yeah, it's not that easy. You have to actually work at it to make it happen. So that's been a big change from me in early 2000s to me now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a great point. And speaking about kind of going to be difficult to do, has there, you had so many different professional experiences, which I think is amazing because, yes, a stylist, salon owner, stylist, corporate, all of those different roles. Was there a role where you felt uncomfortable at first, but you grew into it and you did the difficult things?
Yeah, I definitely did the difficult things when I was 21 and I was the area supervisor for Supercuts.
Yeah.
So here's this kid, and she's got the keys to 33 different salons, right?
Whoa.
Yeah, whoa. And most of the people who are managers are like 40,
Yeah.
45. They definitely knew a heck of a lot more than me. But now I've got to kind of evaluate them and
Oh,
have some really hard conversations and definitely made some mistakes there. I've grown into that. And thankfully they gave me wonderful leadership and development and management skills when I was younger. So
great.
I grew
Yeah.
into it. But I definitely ruffled feathers. There were some hard conversations. definitely pissed some people off. And I think I was overcompensating for my age in trying to be like, I'm not going
Yeah.
to take this nonsense from you. And like, now you're fired, and then, that didn't really always go well because then I'm running the store too and running the market. So I think that's what it was, is that's definitely something where it was hard, but it forced me to learn that, hey, that probably wasn't the best way to approach it.
Yeah.
And you should sit, listen, think before you open your mouth. And why don't we try inspiring people instead of just firing people? And
Mm,
that's
I
where
like that.
I'd
I
rather
like
that
that.
way.
Yeah, same, same. Speaking of inspiring, is there anything outside the beauty world, hobbies, experiences that inspire you?
Yeah, I think if you talk to most people in my circle, they'll tell you that I'm completely insane. I love roller coasters. I love
Oh,
kayaking. I love being with animals. I love traveling. I love every aspect that I can soak up of life of different
oh,
experience. If there's a llama experience, we're going. If we're going to go
I
do
love it.
yoga with alpacas, it's happening. I took our creative director we have the manatees here. So I took her down a spring
Oh,
because she'd never seen a manatee before and I wanted her to paddleboard
oh,
with me. So like that's what inspires me is
I
just
love that.
let me see everything in this world as much as I possibly can because I spent a lot of years working and not doing that.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to do now.
Whew. All right. Come along for the ride, right?
Come on, Kelly, come on down. We'll get you on a kayak and we'll
I'd
go see
love
some
to.
manatees. Come on down.
I'd love to. To kind of sum this up, what conversations do you hope the next generation of beauty pros continue or start for our industry?
Collaboration, collaboration, collaboration,
Yeah.
not competition.
Hmm.
There are more than half of the women out there and men coloring their hair at home. Let's talk about collaborating with one another. We're not each other's competition. We're here to
Yeah.
help each other and lift you up. Your salon burns down across the street from mine. Come on over. I got a couple chairs for you and work out of here until you
Yeah.
get yourself together. Like that's the conversations and I'm seeing it happen and I am
Great.
learning that it's not that catty industry that I had grown up in and I'm seeing more of those helping hands. And
Yeah.
that's what I want them to continue to see, to have those conversations, give those
Love.
awards for collaboration. That's how it
Yeah.
needs to happen.
I love that. That was so great. And a good way to close. Before we get to RT's quick takes, I'm just going to launch some questions at you if you're ready.
Let's do it.
All right. What is the craziest styling request you've ever received from a client?
I had a gentleman come in and he asked me if I was an artist, and I said, yes, I am. And he said, I'm in a band, the Three Daffodils. Can you draw three daffodils on the back of my head? And I'm like, yeah, I guess we'll try it.
Wow.
Didn't turn out horrible.
Okay. Okay.
Definitely
Good.
not I'm not a Picasso, that's for sure. It looked kind of like a Salvador Dali. It was a little
Yeah.
goofy.
Abstract. A little.
Yeah, it was definitely abstract, but I did it. So that's the craziest one I got.
I love it. That's great. Okay. What's your go-to song, playlist, or podcast to listen to when you're working and you're like in the zone?
When I'm in the zone of market, so it can go, depending on the mood and the client, it can go from like 90s gangster rap, sorry.
Love. No.
People I like what.
So
Um,
good.
Today it was Lady Gaga and
Okay.
Madonna. Like, so it can fluctuate. Just depends on the mood and who's around me.
All right. Okay. This is going to be good for you. Bucket list item that you most want to check off in the next 6 months or a year.
Oh man, 6 months or a year.
Yeah, we got to get after it.
I'm
Remember?
doing it. I'm going to Australia. I'm going to
Oh,
Australia in June, and I want
hell
to hug
yeah.
a koala, and the person who is going with me already arranged me
Hug
to
a
hold the koala.
koala.
Yeah, he's like, I know you want to do it, so I already called. I'm like, wow,
Are they mean? Are koalas mean?
I'll let you know. We'll have to talk again,
Yeah,
and
because
I'll get
I'm
back to you on that.
I'm sure this one won't be, but like their claws.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't know.
hopefully he just hugs me, and I don't
Yeah,
come back all
and you're
wounded.
out.
Yeah, yeah. I'm good.
I love it. Okay, what is the current social media trend that you just don't understand?
I don't get the pranks that intentionally hurt people. Like my husband
Yeah.
shares me. He's like, look at this idiot. And I was like, what? He's like, it's a
Oh.
whole trend that's going on. He's like, where the husband texts the wife by accident to say, the bitch just left. Come on
Oh
over.
my God, I
And
don't
I
like
was like,
that.
that is the dumbest thing in the world. I was like, a funny prank here or there. Everyone who works with me
Right.
knows I do stupid pranks and stuff like that with all of like people who I trust and know. I'll do them, but not like that. That's destroying
No,
trust. And good
it's
luck
not
not
funny.
good luck proving that that didn't happen, right? That wasn't
Right.
intended. So that's
Well,
one I can't get intentional hurtful things. I can't get with that.
me neither. And it doesn't fit within our positivity
No,
sphere,
no,
our energy field. It
not
just
at all.
doesn't. No,
It's mean.
no,
It's
it's
mean,
mean.
stupid, and immature.
We don't
So
like
stop
mean.
doing it, everybody.
Stop. All right, you've
Yes.
heard it here. Okay, last one. If you could have an unlimited supply of one thing for the rest of your life, what would you pick?
Time with all of my people.
Oh, I love. That's great. I feel that from you. That's great.
Time with all my people. That
I
would mean
love
the
it.
most to me.
Unlimited time.
Be
And
perfect.
time goes fast, doesn't it?
Sure does. It
We're
did today.
about,
I can't
it
even believe
did.
how long we've been on
I
here.
know. Here we are. We could just keep going.
Yeah,
Lastly, can you tell everybody where they can find you, where they can find Aloxi, follow, all of those good things?
absolutely. So we're Aloxi International on Instagram. It's Aloxi Hair.
Okay.
If you want to tag us in any of your beautiful works, it's Aloxi Looks. You can always find me at Jessica the Beauty Series. That's on Instagram. Super easy to find me there. And if you want some education tips and tricks, I'm there on the business side. And you can go to aloxi.com for the technical side.
All right. We're going to do it.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for joining me.
No, you're the pleasure. I love the energy. It's wonderful. I told you that when I saw you at PBA. I was like, I got to be with these people. Got to be with them.
Thank you so much. All right, Jeff, I told you we are at one. We are as one. We had just a fantastic time, and I love the team over at Aloxi. I've known them for a really, really long time, and they just are solid and consistent and innovative, and they're nice, dang people.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean,
there.
and this one was a really fun one too. And I now get exactly what you mean in terms of being on the same wavelength. You should 1000% send her a stone, a charged stone, by the pink moment, please, please and thanks. I'm sure you can find it.
I shall. I have many. Anyway, be sure to hit subscribe, rate, and review, and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok at Read the Tease, and send in questions to volumeup@thetease.com.
Volume Up is a Tease media production. This episode was produced by Monica Hickey and Madeline Hickey. James Otabake is our editor and audio engineer. Thank you to our creative team for the custom Volume Up theme song and for putting together the graphics and videos for this episode.